DC here. Hi guys, I have a very special guest tonight, and I hope that most of you know who I'm filming right now. This is geriatric1927, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, yes.
And the 1927, was that that's the year of your birth, I suppose?
Exactly, yes.
Yes, and so I was wondering, because there was a one time you were disputing, I think for a few years back, who was the oldest YouTuber. I mean, and I don't think that you are not maybe the oldest YouTuber, but probably one of the oldest.
I had that question asked the other day, and I don't know the answer, but yes, I think you're right. I don't think I necessarily am, but I think I'm just trying to think of the right word. What I think I'm sort of pleased about, I was going to say proud, I was the first of the old people that invaded the domain of the young way back in 2005. And, well, of course, I didn't really know what I was doing, actually. I just put a video up just because I could, because I thought I was quite clever, that I had learned a simple program of, what's it called, not Windows, the thing you have on a PC.
Oh, the Movie Maker.
The operating system, Windows Movie Maker, wasn't it? And I thought I was ever so clever and then needed to do something with it. And then, of course, well, as you know, I thought I might be laughed off the screen, as you might say, but the opposite happened. And, of course, that's been a wonderful thing for me. But not only that, but I'd like to feel that because I did that many older people, not necessarily as old as me, but older people had the courage to come onto YouTube and do the same thing. So we now have an intergenerational community, and
so true.
Possibly it all started because of me.
I like the way you say that, Peter, because it is so true. Because when I started watching YouTube, I don't actually remember how it was, but well, probably you were one of the featured videos, as you see sometimes, and I started listening, and it really got, I would say you are the person that got me into YouTube. I have like over 700 videos now, and I mean, it's been a great experience, and I have to be utterly frank, I've not watched every video that you have made. But,
that's right. Please don't be embarrassed about that. I doubt that many people have.
But I really did love the first series. If I'm correct, it was Telling It All.
Yes, they were very popular. Many young people liked that because they were little snippets of history of the war that isn't sort of reported in the big scene, you know, and so. They were very popular, yes.
Yes, and I remember, well, you had started talking at one point about the Zimmers, and I'm going to pull this out here just to show the people quickly. So this, if you haven't, I believe you can get it on Amazon. That is right, isn't it? Because that's where I bought it at the time, so it's probably still there.
Oh yes, indeed it is, yes.
And what we used to love to do, my wife, so Mrs. DC, She would like, what we would do, we would go onto YouTube and we would find the videos, especially the one which you put in one of your last videos, which is Old and Wise. I mean, I believe that is definitely our favorite.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's on the CD, the album. You see, when we started the Zimmers, it was done by a BBC programme that I was involved with, and it involved old people. And the producer came up with the idea, well, let's just let people know that old people are still active, and what do you think about making a rock and roll record? Well, after we'd all finished laughing our heads off, it actually came to fruition, you see.
Oh, yes.
And it was wonderful because we started off with a cover of My Generation, which, you know, was one of the Who's rock and roll songs. And, of course, we did that in the Abbey Road studio.
I saw that one. Yes, that was lovely.
And so what I was really coming to really was on the album there's a variety of songs, and I think Old and Wise is perhaps one of the quiet ones, as you might say, to mix in with the more exuberant rock and roll ones. And well, it has been quite popular. I don't perform it very often because on the gigs that we have been to, it's expected that we will act as, you know, rock and roll old people, you know. But when I have performed it, it's been quite well received.
Especially like breaking your guitars or whatever, you know.
That's right. Yes.
Oh yes. You know what I found also very interesting is the fact that over the years I find that you've mentored a lot of young people, maybe in an indirect way, but so often I've read comments where people have called you. I mean, you've been called granddad by so many people on YouTube that yeah, you have quite a progeny there. I mean, it's impressive.
Well, thank you. Yes, and I like to think that is true. I think it was one newspaper that did an article, and they put a picture up, and they said the internet granddad. And some people, some of my friends, thought, "Oh, that's a bit impertinent." But I thought just the opposite. I think it's lovely, and I do feel that way, and I feel that all the people in YouTube are my extended family. And yes, it is true that not many people write to me now, but I used to get lots of letters, and many of them were from young people, and they possibly told me about their troubles, their worries, or all sorts of things. And it was very nice to be able to think that they would ask me and tell me. So that's very true. So I think that's something which has come out of me being on YouTube.
I was wondering one question as well, is that so many of us in my circle of YouTubers lately have been going through a bit of a lull. At one point almost where YouTube became a second job of answering comments and doing... I once made a video called that YouTube was a very demanding mistress. And I was wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Well, it isn't demanding for me because my circumstances are different from many people in that I'm not infirmed, I'm not ill, I'm not unhappy, but I am isolated, living alone in the countryside. I do have a car, I can get out and about, but it's of great benefit to me to be able to read and answer comments and answer letters. And this latest little project of sort of encouraging people to chat with me on Skype is proving to be a very worthwhile thing. And I've never been to a YouTube gathering. I think even if I were asked, I doubt I would go because that would be mainly young people, and I think there's a limit to how far you can break into young people's lives. I mean, it would be nice to meet people, but no way would I want to go to the disco or the pubs and get drunk and all the rest of it. So YouTube is my medium for sort of having contact with people and fulfills my life and occupies quite a lot of it.
I'm so happy that you've said that, actually. I must say I find it very fulfilling myself. And Peter, what I see is we're coming up to 10 minutes.
Oh so my God.
I know it goes always so fast, but we'll continue off. But I thought that we could both say goodbye to our fans and, well, just simply stop here. It was for a video, this is a very nice chat, and I will continue to chat with you after. And so on my side, it'll be DC signing off, and from your side?
For me, in my usual way, goodbye.
Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.